I would say hopefully I will be permitted my opinion on YouTube. I've never seen anybody more stupid than Mark Levin. Mark Levin is an activist, a radical activist, which would be fine, but his method for agitating is not wrong, is not fine. He's using mockery, ridicule, cheap shotting, taking things out of context, talking about things from a philosophical point of view, and I am an amateur philosopher. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Definitively, Mark Levin, that I'm calling him by name, because this is the brains of Trump. This is the brains of the radical right. Mark Levin yips and Hannity jumps. As simple as that. And of course Trump follows Levin. When Levin comes out with it, Trump will come out with it. But it's so superficial, it's so obviously simplistic, oversimplistic. It's all obviously overt, covert agitation. It's all obviously arguing by symbols, humiliating the other man, and claiming victory predicated on that. If I came up to Mark Levin first, I'd say, Mark Levin, you had better respect me, Mark Levin. You had better respect me, and I will not settle for your superficial, ignorant interpretation of Marx, the economist and the philosopher. Mark Levin, you don't know what you're talking about. But you're one hell of a good agitator. I've looked at very closely Mark Levin's American Marxism, and it's nothing but vile propaganda from start to finish. I don't think anybody challenges this Levin because he's a constitutional scholar. I'll give him that. But when he gets off his expertise, he's an ignorant fool. And he has to be one of the stupidest individuals it's ever been my displeasure to listen to. And then you top that with Michael Weiner, Michael Savage. He's a doctor. A doctor of what? Epidemiology. Doctor. And the whole shooting match. Weiner, little Michael Weiner, is so stupid, so ignorant in what he says, so foolish, that if he wasn't so stupid in his presentation, he'd be dangerous. This is my opinion that I'm offering. After having listened very, very closely, punished myself interminably, listening to Mark Levin, listening to Michael Weiner, Little Savage, listening to their propaganda, listening to their ignorance and infinite stupidity, so that I know exactly what I'm talking about when I confront and encounter these fellows in absentia. But somebody has to say it. And nobody challenges them. There's nobody that comes. Ben Shapiro, little Ben Shapiro, that little punk. I'm calling him a punk because he is so vile, so superficial, so prissy in his behavior. That's why I'm saying it. Little guy, tiny little guy wants to be a big tough guy. He wants to follow his boss, his leader, Mark Levin. And then you bring on Bill O'Reilly, that big, bloviated fool, who tells you no spin. Only the fact I have the best. Only I know everything. I get the information firsthand. Hey, Bill, why are you so one-sided in your presentation, Bill? You're an activist, Bill. Come on, Bill. No spin, O'Reilly. And nobody confronts directly these idiots from the MAGA right. If Kamala Harris wants to win, she's got to come right after. If they go low, I agree with the great James Carville. If the radical right goes low, we go lower. If Trump goes low, we go lower than Trump. We return insult, humiliation for insult and humiliation, and do it immediately, loudly and boldly. Wherever Trump goes, you follow and expose him. Call him. You never let one criticism, one branding go unanswered. You immediately counterpunch. Not tomorrow, not another day. You immediately counterpunch, and you have to get free, aggressive, and loud in your counterpunching. But you counterpunch Trump. Wherever he goes, you counterpunch. You never let him build the momentum. That's the key. Never let Levin build the momentum. Never let O'Reilly build a momentum. Now O'Reilly spots a man like me. I'm 5'2.5". O'Reilly goes 6'4". He wants to stand. I said, stand up, O'Reilly. I stand up with you. Stand up, O'Reilly. No man stands up and looks down at me, talks down at me. Even though I'm 5'2.5", I'm 80 years old, I'm infirm. No man will insult me in that way. I'll say what I want to say. I'll say what I need to say, period. I don't have any prepared script. I don't have any entourage. I don't read from any notes. It's just directly. I don't need to, because I know Mark Levin in my guts. I've known the 13-year-old bully boys. Trump, the 13-year-old bully boy. I've had a gut full of these bully boys. I know them a mile away. I could smell the stink of a bully boy coming down the block and identify him definitively with credibility, and then encounter and confront him right here, right now, period. Period. And if they want to win, if Kamala Harris wants to win, she's got to get dirty. She's going to have to go rolling around right in the sewer. I'm prepared to follow a man right into the sewer and roll around with him down there, because I'm used to getting my hands and my body dirty. You have to know who you are confronting and encountering, and exactly how to do it. You'd better be prepared. The one thing you don't want to do is to be caught cold. There's nothing worse than being caught cold on your feet. And I always say, if you don't know what to do, drive. If you don't know what to do, drive into him. Yell, scream, curse, whatever it takes. This is a hands-on sport. Politics is a hands-on, practical sport. It's down, it's dirty, winning is everything. And it brings and reduces a man, every man, to the lowest common denominator. But how low can you go is the question I ask. How low can you go?